NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is presented by new Pennzoil Ultra with hyper-cleansing technology and sponsored by Subway Restaurants. Now, any regular footlong is just $5. Any, so hurry in. And by Sprint, proud sponsor of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series.
Jimmie Johnson has tried everything, and this time he got a run off turn number 2, and going into turn 3, Jeff Gordon said no mas, and Johnson has the lead.
The old slide job to perfection.
But Mike, you're right. That all started down in the middle of 1 and 2, completed in the middle of 3 and 4.
Just 16 laps to go. And Johnson tried everything to loosen Jeff Gordon up coming off turn number 4. Finally got the pass made, but is it over?
Good clean races. I believe now is when the 4 tires will show how much better they are than the 2.
Now Kevin Harvick came in here as the point standing leader in this Pennzoil Ultra car, unveiled Friday night.
Well, I want to tell you something about Harvick. Jeff Gordon better not let his guard down, because Harvick is a little bit quicker than even Jeff Gordon is right now, and he is closing the gap a tad.
Mark Martin has come up for 4th behind Harvick. Matt Kenseth within stalking range there in 5th.
And we need to add that caution that came up on lap 229 was a huge break for that 17 car, because he was way off sequence. He was going to maybe have to make another pit stop.
And last year's Rookie of the Year, Joey Logano, having a great day in 6th ahead of Tony Stewart. About a second ahead of Smoke sits Logano.
But you know what, with the 48, we're getting the same results with the 48 we got last week, but I've noticed a difference in attitude today on that radio. Chad Canales and Jimmie Johnson have had a little bit of exchange of words today that I haven't heard in a long time.
Now here's Clint Bowyer, who took the restart in 1st place because he did not pit, and those old tires starting to wear on Bowyer, who sits in 8th. He may fall victim to Casey Kane, the 9th place car. There's number 9 in position 9.
I'll tell you something else there that's not helping 2 tires right now. The sun is out pretty bright right now. Not a lot of cloud cover.
Well, we talked about it at the top of the show that we were going to end this thing probably in conditions that we started this race, and that's definitely what's happening.
And Greg Biffle has had a great comeback. Yes, he started 7th, but got blocked in his pit and took a late restart in 25th. He's come back into the top 10, 1 spot ahead of this man, Jeff Burton.
Look where the 29 is, Larry.
Burton making his 550th career Sprint Cup start today in a career at NASCAR's top level that began July of 1993 at Loudon, New Hampshire.
And you have to say that last caution was a big break for him, because remember, he had to make that pit stop on lap 181 for what he thought was a loose wheel. He was off sequence and was going to have to make an extra stop.
Carl Edwards in 12th. He is 10 seconds off the lead, running right where he started the day. And David Rudiman 13th. Started 17th. He's about 13 seconds back, and he's got Marcus Ambrose filling up his rearview mirror. There's the Tasmanian, former champion of Australia's Supercar Series.
This is a great day for this 47 car, because what you have to remember, they had engine problems in both of the first 2 races. He had not even finished a race, and here he's working on at least trying to get a top 15.
Yeah, I think all they needed was not any bad luck. They didn't have to have great luck, just not any bad luck.
And Kyle Busch, who's had an up and down day, he is back in 15th because of having to serve a pit road violation. Drive-through penalty at pit road speed.
Yeah, he finished 14th in the first 2 races. He's working on the trifecta, making it 3 in a row. Not what he wants, though.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. was strong in the first half of this race and took the wave around, so he is also back on the lead lap, running in 16th. Paul Menard in 17th in the 98.
And you know what? This is another solid day for this 98 car, because he's had top 20 finishes in the first 2 races. He's well up in the top 20 in points. By far his best start.
Denny Hamlin had struggled with a car in the mid-20s most of the day. He started 27th. He's worked his way up to 18th. Both of the Newman Haas cars started the day well. But Dick, Ryan Newman has struggled the second half of this race. He's now in 19th.
Yeah, and the biggest problem for Newman, who started in the third spot, Mike, has been on pit road. In fact, early in the day, Tony Gibson basically chastised the pit crew and told them to get into the game. And when a little while ago I asked him how he had gotten a lap down, Gibson simply pointed to pit road.
Thanks, Dick. Martin Truex Jr., new hire at Michael Waltrip Racing this year. He is currently 20th. And the final car on the lead lap is Cato, New York's Regan Smith, running in 21st in the number 78.
And a lot of these are the product of that caution at lap 229. And as you mentioned, Mike, 19 cars took the wave around.
Love that rule. It's a cool deal.
So those are your lead lap cars now with 6 to go. And it is Jimmy Johnson who is pulling away from Jeff Gordon, just a reverse of the scenario that we've seen pretty much all day long.
I just wondered how much it holding back if he had anything left, and I think Jeff Gordon was probably wondering the same thing. Now we know.
Well, we had a chance to set an all-time NASCAR record today. Have a look at the drivers who have won the most races on 1.5-mile speedways. And either Jeff Gordon or Jimmy Johnson could break that record. In second place, Kevin Harvick has caught Jeff Gordon. And you wonder, where are all the old timers on that list? Well, for the longest time, NASCAR only had 1.5 mile track, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Now there are plenty of them.
Well, with 4 laps to go, Gordon has now lost that second place battle. And you've got to give a tip of the hat to Gil Martin in that 29 car. Hit the wall on Friday with a brand new car, and here they are, just moved into second.
Fifth place, Joey Logano and Matt Kenseth go at it.
I believe that 29 could actually catch the 48 if he had time. He's a little quicker on the clock right now than the 48 car is, but he's going to run out of laps.
You know, Mike, as I watched that 48 and that 24 battle so hard there for so long, of course, they're teammates. They're both expectant fathers. They're both going for their 5th championship here in 2010. And Jeff Gordon, in an article at the end of last year, said there's no question the success that Jimmy Johnson's having is taking a little bit of a toll on our friendship. And I think we just added to that today.
Matt Kenseth holds off Logano for the moment. Travis Kvapil loses a lap to the leader, Jimmy Johnson, and we'll have 2 to go.
I would be just the opposite. I would be being really good buddies with him right now, trying to find out, what are you doing, man?
Don't forget, though, Jeff Gordon is part owner of this 48, along with Rick Hendrick.
He's the one that told Rick Hendrick that's the guy you need to get to drive that 48 car. And it's worked out quite well because he's looking for win number 49, white flag.
1 more lap. She's over.
Johnson trying to win back-to-back races for the 7th time in his career. Logano back after Kenseth out of turn 2. That one's going to go all the way to the flag. Johnson out of 4. And here he comes.
Very nice job, boys.
NASCAR's all-time winner on 1.5-mile tracks is Jimmy Johnson. The battle back for 5th place.
Ooh, that's hard to call. That's hard to call.
Logano or Kenseth?
I believe Kenseth got him.
I think he got down on the apron and made the shorter route and clipped him.
Absolutely. Guys, great job in the pits. Jimmy, great work out there, buddy. No luck involved in that one, my friend.
The computer showed Kenseth by 19 thousandths of a second over Logano, but they'll use videotape evidence to solve 5th place. Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, and here they come for 5th. That's Tony Stewart behind them.
I thought getting down on an apron would pay off, but it may have.
Actually hurt him.
May have hurt him. Yeah, it looks like it did.
There it is. That's the difference.
Slightly.
19 thousandths of a second. Kenseth 5th, Logano 6th, Tony Stewart 7th. Boyer, Kane, and Biffle the top 10.
How many races have we run so far this year?
That'd be 3.
And how many has this guy won?
That'd be 2. 7th time in Jimmy Johnson's career. He has won back-to-back. Victory lane after this.